The Contemporary Arts Center is a museum located at the historical center of Quito, near La Basílica Nacional of Ecuador, that offers to the audience art, history, and modern culture through programs and exhibitions. The museum was a former military hospital in the emblematic neighborhood of San Juan, known as the city's balcony, part of the colonial center of the city, which was constructed in 1900 to function as Rocafuerte's santuary.
The building and this infrastructure was modified throughout its history for different social uses. For instance, it was a military barricade for the Bolivar Battalion and for many years the home of 100 of families. In that way, thanks for the effort and group work for many neighbors for the zone and with the support of the municipality of the Metropolitan District of Quito, El Bicentenario, Quito Contemporary Art Center was inaugurated on August 10, 2009.
The museum hosts several exhibitions and works with an inclusive perspective that not only portrays modern Asian art media, but also brings space for debate and engages different artist experiences in a local and international level. This art center works with communities and social groups and promotes distinct events. With a mix of Asian architecture and a touch of modernity, the Contemporary Art Center gives us the opportunity to appreciate art in a unique, magical, and dynamic way, making us feel more connected with culture and explore new artistic expressions in the process. CAC plays with its wide infrastructure in order to create different exhibitions inside the pavilions and hallways of the museum that you can find on the terrace, inside courtyards, and more. With that in mind, there have been 4 principal exhibitions inside the museum, but at the same time, the day that we went, there was also a local entrepreneurship fair of distinct products, clothes, jewelry, and food that accompanied the artistic environment with lots of people interacting and learning. We decided to wait and eat at the coffee shop on the internal courtyard while exhibitions were open and talk about life and everything. Once the exhibitions were open, the journey on each area started with different feelings, interactions, and a lot of reflection. This exhibition gives you the opportunity to know and enjoy more about a proposal that exposes the collaborative work between the museum and communities throughout this decade. The exposition searches for provoking reflection inside the communitary mediation assistance as a critical tool to rethink about the different cultural spaces in Quito.
These exhibitions perceive contemporary arts as one of the mechanisms that accounts for the present situation and context in which human is immersed in technology until the point they are part of it. This role of art creates a channel in which the collective becomes more important than the individual, where we can reflect about thinking, browsing, using, and hacking the screens and its contents through artistical proposals. The exhibition was very interactive. You not only get to experience different scenarios through virtual reality, but also meet sculptures and assemblies that represent how we portray our cell phones as a kind of god, not knowing the reality beyond them.
Those beautiful ways to inhabit the world, it's part of an interactive, colorful exhibition that puts the lives in the central part of the individual with the interactive practices for the museum. The visitors were able to tour the pet-friendly rooms that were thought with 7 different educational intentions. Interrelationships to heal, let's move, do you catch me? Diverse language to talk about affections, palanque, from human to quadruped, we only have to build our own world, and between shadows, colors, and rainbows, we are what we are. This was our favorite exhibition since it just makes us feel amazed by creativity and how we express that we feel and how we thought the different space, watching at the same time other people sharing their own experience.
In this exhibition, the break apart from being conceived as a damage or an error also allows to open rigid structures, generating the possibility of letting the light in. The crack always becomes a portal, and looking from the wound is also a political decision that speaks of the possibility of healing, restoring, and rebuilding ourselves in the midst of crisis.
This is a completely unique museum in the city. It seeks to be an immersive and safe spaces that encourage the development of events, projects and artist campaigns that support cultural expressions. It is not only the fact that CAC offers you an enveloping experience through different multimedia and traditional art features, but it gives you a space to think about the different message and internal plans of each artist.
The variety of content and this creative way of technique also makes you reflect of the different realities that we know today thanks to globalization, the influence of technology and the revolution when it comes to telling a story, simplicity and complexity, fusion of colors and freedom, that is the Contemporary Art Center.
In this museum, we will always find an exhibition that makes us play with our feelings and with what we think we know about the world or specific social themes. Throughout the intention of the exhibitions, it provides a range of opportunities to interpret artistic intention and increasingly know a piece of our identity throughout art. Many times with these experiences, it is inevitable to think, love, cry, appreciate, and be thankful for having these kind of moments where we can reflect on our inner selves.